Hey folks, this is Kunzer Homesteading. Thought I'd do a little video on hook tools, and more importantly, why my hook tool is better than what's on the market. So first, I guess we need to look a little bit about the design of the original hook tool. It's made from a stamped piece of metal, fairly heavy gauge, not anything great, with a hook on one end and a straight and side blade on the other. You can get in between frames and pry with this end, you can scrape with this end, and you can prop your boxes with this. The biggest problem with this tool is comfort. If you try to hold on to these, especially if you're a beekeeper like me, you got to work a bunch of hives, this thing is just horrible to hold, especially for any length of time, because you're trying to grab onto this. The other thing is, it does a lousy job getting in between your boxes. The reason being is that piece of metal has a fairly abrupt taper to it, and is also dull as they come. That's the problem with the scraper end. The problem with the hook end, it's got two issues. One, because it's a thin piece of metal, they have to make this part really thick. Makes it really hard to get in between your frames. The other problem is the engagement. So you slide this thing in between two frames, say my fingers are two frames, you get in between, get them squeezed in, you go, and it does not start engaging until you're in the vertical for lifting the frame. And if you know your power, and I'll demonstrate with my hand, your power in your arm is from here to there. From here back, it is much weaker. So we'll look at this. Is my own personal one I use, and it's got a basically it's a spoon head. I've got spoon head, pan heads, and all different designs for the head. The main thing is, you'll notice, is that the taper, this whole thing is made very thin, and the sharpness, the edge, you see that, the sharpening of the edge right there is this little tiny amount, not that huge amount of area required to get it to a point. So it's tapered much more thin, so it goes in between your boxes much easier. And I like the curved because it also goes in a little bit better than a straight. And when I'm scraping frames, I use plastic foundation and wind up having to scrape bad spots off of them if I've lost a colony or whatever. And this doesn't, with having the rounded edges, the curve, it'll scrape the wax, but it won't bite into my plastic foundation. So the other thing, we'll address the tail. So my hook is a thicker metal. This is all hand forged. I don't need that big, thick. We'll put them up side by side. You see the thickness difference is hopefully get enough light there to see how much thicker. This one's about well, let's see if that's a better. You can see that my tools are much thinner than the old stamped. And most importantly, your engagement angle, you slide that thing in and it starts engaging right here, and by the time I get vertical, I'm done. So I've got all my power strength in the right spot for this. The other thing on these tools, and for me the most important, is comfort. So you've got a piece of 1/2-inch square stock, this is made from, with a twist. The square stock itself is comfortable to hold, but I put a twist, depending on your right or left-handed, they're designed different, so that twist follows your thumb. So when you're working it, your thumb naturally falls as well as the curve. You can grip up on it and it's still comfortable. The twist adds a little bit of unneeded extra strength. The tool is insanely strong. I'll never break one of these, or bend it for that matter. Anyway, we'll go over, so that's the basic difference between my tool. These are all, the only other difference with these are the heads, and this is a flat, this is what I call a pan head, and it's got a big wide sweep on it. Not as sharp as the spoon, but some people like it. This is a knife head, and it's designed for pulling. For a lot of people, some people that have wrist issues, and as I've got paint on my hand from, I've been painting lumber today. They need they are more comfortable with pulling than they are pushing. If they've got wrist issues, this one works real well, and some people just prefer a knife handle. These, you can see this one's quite a bit shorter. This is a standard flathead, but unlike that one, these corners are rounded off. So this you can stick in your pocket and it won't just destroy it the first time you stick. If you mistakenly put it in blade side in, it's not an immediate hole in your pocket. And then finally, I've got this spear, kind of spear point that, like I said, I make somebody request a particular head, I'll make it for them, and that's a full length. I didn't bring one here, but I've also got a couple of midgets, and they're designed for definitely in your pocket. Myself, I prefer the leverage and the comfort. I can grab this with a full size. I grab it here. For the smaller ones, I can choke up on the hook and get a little bit of extra leverage. So they work just fine. Even the minis work, but you have to, with the minis, you really have to choke up on the hook section. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it's been informative, and sorry it's been so long since I've posted a video. I've just been slammed getting the honey house. I'll have more videos soon of planting Vitex, and as well as a premiere on the honey house coming up this month. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want, and we'll see you.